have outed themselves as experts in various fields without actually. Remember, the whole idea is they're anonymous, right? So if you're anonymous, how do we know that you're an expert in digital forensics?
We don't. And even if they weren't anonymous, I wouldn't believe these. Again, they're blatant liars, bro. You had Sid and Snark, literally leftovers H3 all day, sit up here, defame, lie, slander, spread misinformation, misconstrue all that. You got actual qualifications? Yes! Yes! Like, yo, bro, they better stop playing, gang. Like, bro. Bro. Leftovers H3 all day. All day. Bro, these bulls don't have no real qualifications. Maybe qualified to be on that sons. They definitely got it for that. They should stop drinking the stupid juice, by the way. Like seriously, stop drinking that, John. You already know what it is, baby. You seen title and thumbnail. We eating good and hefty on this day, of course, for two reasons out in the EHDIA Plus Cinematic Universe. And of course, well, first, the backstory. It's Thanksgiving, baby. I ain't gonna lie, so everybody better be getting a good eats on. You already know Trilly the big back. Yeah, I'm eating my plate down, boy. You better have some Big Mac, some turkey. The wonderful joint. So y'all better spend some time with your family. Be thankful for your fam, because, you know, number one for Trilly, family, baby. And family ain't just by blood. You already know. Fam is whoever you think of when I say the words family or love. So you better go out and share the eats, lovely eats, with your fam. And be thankful you got them. And be thankful for them eats. Big back. Factual. But also because, duh, we're covering how cooked the H3 Snark mods are. You already know how that gets down with these fools, these idiots, these pathetic, wretchful, subhuman homunculoids. You already know. The backstory first, getting actually into it. Yo, last time we covered Lus, L-U-S, the lawyer covering the case, baby. Definitely not the one on it, because the H3 Snark mod's lawyer, fried, cook, absolutely, definitely getting felted. I mean, bank account looking nice, because these fools getting rinsed by her. But yeah, for the actual legal suit of this, the counsel, oof. Hefty on that part. But you already know when we're covering Lust, shout out to love because we're covering Lust again today. We were covering how the H3 Snark mods, you know what I'm saying, their lawyer, they put out another doc. They filed another document, 133 page collection of, you know what I'm saying, or collective of the does. Basically going over a whole bunch of jaunts on how, again, they feel as though they should not be subpoenaed within this. You know, they filed their motion to quash. They had Ethan's response. Obviously, this is not another response to that. But the main thing that they were saying in that is that how, again, they feel as though that this is not justified for them to be subpoenaed and sued. And within that, they were trying to say that, Ethan should, one, obviously drop the suit, two, that he should, pay their attorney's fees, their legal counsel fees, crazy works, because these fools getting hit with the generational bankruptcy, 200% hollow purples on them. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of crazy Johns there. And of course, the main John, same thing with their motion to quash and all these other docs they're dropping. Yeah, they're saying that this is gonna financially ruin them, that they're gonna be psychologically broken and all that type of beat, bro. The same like we've already been dealing with. The victim complex, cry bully, they're saying that, Ethan is gonna use their PIIs, all that to dox them, try to get them brigaded, so they're gonna go through all this harassment, even though, again, they're snarkers. What is it? Better yet, even base level. What have most of these snarkers, G-boys, pathetic, wretchful, subhuman homuncules been doing? I think harassing Ethan on Miss Eula, the crew, and the whole likes. But do they care? Absolutely not. For the narrative, for the agenda, of course they don't. So yeah, it's blatant hypocrisy on that part. So within looking at their whole, 133 collection of those that Lust was showing, it's just more of the same likes. But coming into this, off of the backstory, yeah, we're seeing that Lust dropped a video going over who is truly winning this subpoena battle that we have going on here. Obviously, Ethan versus the H3 Snark mods, within them getting subpoenaed for contributory malicious copyright infringement. And I'll be the one to say, I know, call me the H3 Glazer, H3 Sweeper. You already know how that gets down. Ethan's little mouthpiece, bro, the Ethan Gobbler. But seriously, though, if you ask me, especially after covering all these videos again, shout out Lus and, the whole playlist we got on this boy. I think this one makes them 1800% cooked. The merit on who's winning, I think it's definitely in the favor of Sir Klein, and the Kleinsman. But seriously though, it's definitely in favor of Ethan. Obviously, we know within like the H3 Snark mods, John, they're pushing to quash 742. They're linking a whole bunch of different sources of information and like, you know what I'm saying, Reddit clips and all these different pods and articles and all that. Has nothing on merits of defending them on committing contributory malicious copyright infringement. We know that they're the judge said, yo, the lawyers coming in for the in-camera review read the motion to quash 2 pages, said, go ahead and summarize this, boy. Yeah, truthfully, again, I do not think the merit is on their side. But Lus has made a video again going over this boy, gonna tell us on, I guess in his opinion, who truly has the merit and who is winning this subpoena battle with Ethan versus the H3 Snark mods. So we have no more time to waste, baby. Trilly talks everything. Trilly does indeed yap everything every single time. Let's see how cooked the H3 Snark mods are this time. You already know, like we said in the intro, because Trilly does indeed yap everything. Shout out, show to love with us. You already know, baby. Every time. Why not? Ethan Klein versus H3 Snark. Reddit mods. Who is winning the subpoena battle? Of course, if you guys want to watch the OG video by Lus, now description, first link, sure to love it. Come on, set name LUS, baby. The lawyer covering the case excellently, you already know. So let's get right into it. Facts.
Hey guys, today we are going to talk about Ethan Klein's response. So this is November 10th, objections to the declaration in support. And it is a very, very interesting and very short document. Remember how long H3 Snark's documents have been? I believe it is.
Once more, Trilly yaps everything. Motion to quash 742.
It's very refreshing to the judge that this document isn't 113 pages. So there are a few objections, TEI objections that he has. Improper reply evidence. TEI argues the moderator submitted new evidence too late, evidence that should have been included with their original motion to quash the subpoena.
Yeah, that was another thing too. I forgot to mention how they have like the USB stick apparently too that has the unredacted information, because apparently there was still information that needed to be included into the motion to quash, which was already 742 pages, like I said, and was linking a whole bunch of different random things, basically, again, wasting all the time. Because another thing Les had said, and we were talking about this in the last video too, but Les has been saying in a bunch of these vids, is that, yeah, usually being a lawyer, your legal counsel, they'll want to get straight to the point on why you are not, like, especially if you were the one being sued, why you are not guilty of whatever, John, you're being sued over. Like, you'd want to straight up get to on reasons why, you know, you are not cooked for this, boy. You know, feel me? So it's like, yeah, having 742 pages on this, John, is just worthless. Less of saying at max, it shows this boy should have been like 10, 7, 5. Like, bro, and we're sitting at 742. It's like, dude, what are we sitting here doing, man?
They cite cases saying you can't save major evidence for a reply because the other side doesn't get a fair chance to respond. TEI asked the court to strike dozens of paragraphs and exhibits from Doe's reply, claiming they could have been submitted earlier. They don't respond to TEI's arguments and their unfair surprise attacks. So that's number one. Number two, improper legal arguments in a declaration. TEI says declarations must be factual, not legal argument. They argue Doe's reply declaration improperly contains legal conclusions, interpretation of law, argumentative statements. TEI lists a long set of paragraphs they want stricken for this reason. Hearsay objections. TEI says many screenshots, quotes, and statements in the Doe's declaration are inadmissible hearsay, including out-of-court statements, unsworn testimony, screenshots from Reddit, YouTube, Discord, etc. They argue these cannot be used to prove the truth of the matters asserted.
I agree, because again, like, yo, what the, oh my god, that's what I'm saying, this shit is so annoying, bro, because again, it's the same thing with every type of G-boy, snarker, all the same likes, bro, victim complex, cry, bully, bro, always play plausible deniability, most definitely pathological liars, and take accountability. Are they taking accountability? No. But like, yeah, no, I agree on that factor, because again, Do not let heads lie to you. I keep saying this, bro. Denims, Casey, Tron, and Frogan are being sued for malicious copyright infringement. The H3 Snark mods are being subpoenaed through them being sued for contributory malicious copyright infringement. What they and their legal counsel, being their lawyer, I always mess up the name. Leah Rose Volek, yeah, because I always say it backwards. But like, yeah, what they need to prove is how the H3 Snark mods are not guilty of committing contributory malicious copyright infringement. So you would think the things that they would link, or like the things that'd be like citing, especially in their motion to quash, would be reasons on how they did not commit this. But that is not what they're doing. All they're putting is these different Reddit posts, and like, for instance, I was saying the 588 links, but the best example of this I always use is how they had linked Shoe on Head, shout out Rob's Media, senior member of the CDST Council, and, you know, Glorious Slot Commentary King, but they were linking videos by Shoe on Head and Rob's Media and linking shit to like the Holocaust Memorial Museum. I'm like, dude, this shit has nothing to do with why the fuck you guys are being subpoenaed and sued, bruh. You need to prove why the fuck shit like the mega thread post on, again, I've been pulling this shit up every vid, and I don't give a fuck. We'll keep pulling it up because it's a perfect example. You need to prove why shit like this is not helping, again, contribute to malicious copyright infringement. If Denims, Casey, Tron, and Frogan obviously are cooked on this boy, and they, hey, Trilly can come for shit. And they have, per se, like allegedly, hypothetically, or whatever, well, not even allegedly, hypothetically getting to the conclusion of this. I guess I'm making my hypotheticals, theories, conspiracies. But they get to the end, they lose. Then it's like, okay, if they committed malicious copyright infringement, then you motherfuckers definitely did. Because looking at shit like this, hey, everyone. We've seen a lot of comments about wanting to watch the nuke without showing support for H3. Several creators I mentioned they're planning to stream their reactions or post-reaction videos in the coming days. Here's a list of creators who supported our sub either by engaging with us directly or citing our posts in their own critiques of H3. If you're planning to watch along with any of them, we ask that you carry our subs rules into those spaces. Feel free to check out Frogan, Denims, Caseytron. It's like, what? No. You need to defend yourselves on shit like this. But the thing that they're worried about is, again, making sure their PIIs, their personal identify... What is it? What's the acronym for this? Personal identification information. Yeah. They're trying to make sure their PIIs, basically like their names and shit, don't get out. Pretending, again, playing the victim complex cry bully, pretending as if, like, Ethan, you know what I'm saying, Ela, you know what I'm saying, heads them being sued, or trying to dox them, trying to get them brigaded and shit like that. No. They need their actual legal names so their asses can be actually sued. Because tell me right now, again, it actually not even, you don't even have to tell me because I could give you the best example of this. When Denims, Casey, Tron, and Frogan got sued, can you sue fucking Denims TV? Well, who the fuck is that? You can't sue Denims TV. You need to sue actually Denims. Well, who is that? And then obviously within covering this, we hadn't seen Denims' legal name, but no doxing or shit. We already know. But like, yeah, you have to sue the actual person. You can't sue some fucking username, some glupshito ass fucking burner account username, some shit. Best example, you can't sue a Roman P. Who the fuck is Roman P? You gotta sue whoever's behind that. So like, they're worried about shit like that when they need to be worried about how the fuck this doesn't make them guilty as hell. Because in my personal opinion, it does. It's stupid. It's dumb.
4. Improper expert testimony. TEI says moderators are not experts, yet they give expert-style opinions on legal issues, digital forensics, technical analysis, online video editing, and streaming. TEI argues they don't provide qualifications or reliable methods, so this testimony must be excluded. So this is kind of the H3 Snark mindset, that if you say, hey, I'm a legal expert, when you really have no legal degree or legal experience.
I'm like, you're a legal expert? Great, prove it. That's why I'm like, that's why you always hear me say, we're covering, obviously, the lawsuits, Joneswood Law, but I always say I'm the layman. Truly, at the end of the day, for damn sure, we'll never be passing the bar. This is why we're watching Lust. Shout out to Love. Because at the end of the day, it's like the same thing Pope Dura be saying, like with covering any lawyer or whatever, like you still got to take it with a grain of salt. Because again, we're covering this boy through YouTube. Blah, blah, blah. But obviously, I'd rather get my information from someone who has way more reputable sources. Because obviously, Lust, if you've seen it, John, he's a patent lawyer. We've seen all that boy. He talks about it all the time. He talked about it, especially in all the videos we had covered in the playlist. So definitely go check those out. But yeah, I'm definitely not taking no fucking credible, quote unquote, information from a damn snarker. From a fucking G-boy? Bruh, you gotta be fucking kidding me, dude. Again, these guys 5 stats. Stat 1, pathological liars. Nope.
Our expertise. You have to prove it to the court. You know, you have to prove it to the court. You can't just say it on Reddit and then it becomes true. Five, lack of personal knowledge. TEI argues many statements in Doe's declaration cannot possibly be based on first-hand knowledge, rely on speculation, refer to things the declarant did not witness, combine testimony on behalf of 8 people without identifying who actually knows what. They argue these should be disregarded. Number 6, incomplete, misleading statements. TEI invokes Rule 106, Rule of Completeness, claiming moderators selectively quoted Ethan Klein's videos and other material in misleading ways. TEI.
Oh yeah, this is blatant like misconstruction of the arguments and like obfuscating off of like what is actually being presented there.
Provides timestamps and references show additional context they claim must be included to avoid misrepresentation.
Yeah, this is non-surprising at all. I mean, like, again, these are snarkers. Like, Leftovers, the H3 Snark, when that show was active, like, bruh, it's all just misleading posts, straight defamation, slander, misinformation being spread about, you know what I'm saying, Ethan, Miss Hila, you know what I'm saying, the crew, all the like. So that's just not even surprising at all.
7, improper summary evidence. TEI argues that the moderator's summary exhibits are invalid because they are based on edited, incomplete videos. They lack proper
these are the same bulls. Funny enough, like, again, agreeing with this because these are the same bulls that I'd be like, yo, for Hassan.
Fuck it, I'm saying it.
You're fucking clip chipping, bro. You're not watching the whole 7, 8, 9, 10 hour streams, but you'll fucking try to use clips like this, like clip Ethan out of context or Heads on the Crew out of context or whatever the fucking, and try to use this shit as legitimate arguments. Blatant hypocrisy.
Vindication. They rely on inadmissible hearsay. They don't meet foundational requirements for summaries under Rule 1006. Irrelevant. Number 8, irrelevant evidence. TEI argues that large portions of Doe's declaration are irrelevant to the legal issues, would confuse the court, are needlessly cumulative, and are prejudicial. They move to strike them under Rules 401 and 403. 9, characterization of evidence. TEI claims the moderators misrepresented prior declarations, misquoted materials, distorted evidence, made claims contradicted by the underlying videos and declarations. TEI listed specific paragraphs to say mischaracterized facts or require extrinsic evidence to correct. Number 10, improper arguments raised for the first time in reply. TEI claims the Does raised new legal and factual arguments that should be considered waived because they were not raised in the original motion, or
I'm going to say in the initial motion to quash, yeah.
Not responses to the TEI's opposition, constitute unfair sandbagging. TEI lists multiple pages and lines from the Doe's reply brief that they want disregarded. Overall, so that was number 10. TEI's document is essentially a attempt to limit or eliminate the Doe's reply materials, which I think they did a really good job of doing. They want the court to strike large portions of the reply declaration, ignore parts of the reply brief.
Yeah, that, like, honestly is very understandable because I feel like they should have did that same John bro for their motion to quash. Like, literally damn near like 95% of that document needs to be absolutely just cut that boy straight out, bro. Like, I'm not trying to hear fucking like 400 starting pages of, yo, we're gonna be financially ruined, we're gonna be psychologically broken, it's over for us. Then, just like Casey Tron, when she was literally like just felt it absolutely alting the other day. Why the fuck would you put yourself in a position to even have this happen to you? Stupid actions have the stupidest of consequences. But it's only stupid, or it's only really bad, when it happens to you. At least that's how these heads are thinking. The consequences for stuff is only bad when it happens to you. It totally doesn't matter when, again, blatant harassment, blatant just bad Jones, bro. Like, you know, false CPS calls, 2 human skulls being sent. You know, it doesn't matter when that happens. No. When that happens to heads, no. Who cares about it? Actually, they probably deserve it. Actually, some heads, bro. For silly dubs, some heads would even try to justify it. But when you finally get the consequences, Now it's victim complex. Now it's cry bully. What do I say about these bulls every time? These G boys. Pathetic, wretchful, subhuman, homunculoids. Embarrassing.
Guard certain exhibits and treat many arguments as waived or improper. And obviously, this would significantly weaken. So, what is the conclusion here? The conclusion I have here from these 10 points is, yeah, this is a legal battle. This is about contributory copyright infringement. What does like all these other people have to do with this? Like shoe on head and books on history. None of it. Like this is nonsense, and is a
Approved.
waste of time. The only person benefiting from this, and certainly it is not the H3 Snark mods because they look very silly.
No, it's the lawyers.
Even publicly, they have outed themselves as experts in various fields without actually. Remember, the whole idea is they're anonymous, right? So if you're anonymous, how do we know that you're an expert in digital forensics?
We don't. And even if they weren't anonymous, I wouldn't believe these motherfuckers. Again, they're blatant liars, bro. You had Sid and Snark, literally leftovers H3 all day, sit up here, defame, lie, slander, spread misinformation, misconstrue all the shits. The fuck? You got actual qualifications? Yes! Yes! Like, yo, bro, they better stop playing, gang. Like, bro. Bro. Leftovers H3 all day. All day. Bro, these bulls don't have no real qualifications. Maybe qualified to be on that nigga Hassan's dick. They definitely got it for that. They should stop drinking the stupid juice, by the way. Like seriously, stop drinking that, John.
Maybe you are. Or are you really going to come out and they kind of like checkmated themselves, right? Let's say they are an expert in digital forensics, or they're like a investigator and they have experience and they have expertise in all this stuff, which they're claiming. Prove it. But
Go ahead. Prove it.
prove it, they have to give up their names. This is a very ironic thing where you have moderators who are power hungry, who are always saying, "Oh, I'm a lawyer, I'm a doctor, I have a cardiologist, I'm a heart surgeon." So they make these very bold claims, and they never have to back them up online because the idea is that you're anonymous, right? For me, I make the claim that I'm a copyright attorney for 10 plus years. My name, my LinkedIn, everything is not anonymous, and I think for lawyers, that's on YouTube. That's the way it should be. But if you are on Reddit and you make these same claims I make, no one would even question it. Everyone just assumes it's true. But the court, the judge.
Oh, absolutely not. I'm like, yo, as far as I'm concerned, you are some random glub shito schlemio. Like, bro, we could we're dead ass in the era, bro. Where heads directly, blatantly will make a fucking account on Twitter and post complete misinformation, misconstrue shit blatantly straight to engagement farm. Bro, heads could say whatever the fuck on the internet, bro. Go ahead and show me some actual qualifications, gang. That'd be lovely.
Is not about that life. He wants to authenticate this. But to authenticate anything these individuals have said, because they're anonymous, that actually goes against whether or not they're telling the truth. So it's a very interesting dichotomy they put themselves into. Anyway, let me know.
Would you say a bit of the Ouroboros concept? Self-destructive loop?
Know what you guys think in the comments below.
You already know, though. Of course! Every time. Shout out, should I love with us. That was, ooh, the new UI. It truly does send me.
Anyway.
I do hate it. But no, seriously, that was Ethan Klein versus H3 Snark Reddit mods. Who's going to win the subpoena battle? Of course, if you guys want to watch the OG video by Lost, the lawyer covering the case, baby, because you know, like we've been saying in all the Jones, he's definitely not the one on it. Jeez, I'm dying. You see this, John? But yeah, because I wouldn't want to be. I mean, maybe for the pocket, but definitely not dealing with these freaking bozos, bro. Again, these freaking Snark mods, bro. It's so ridiculous, bro. It's the dumbest, John. But like I was saying, of course, you guys want to watch the OG video I lost. Down description, first link, sure to love it. Of course, set name LUS, baby. You better stop playing. And in final opinions, again, Jack Sure again for this overall merit, like going over these 10 points for this, like that Ethan, obviously within his response to the 133 page collection of those. Yeah, no, I fully agree with Lust on the factor of like, yeah, no, this obviously was presented very well, and even on the points being made where a lot of these arguments they're not even fucking arguments. It's just straight deflection and bullshittery, straight obfuscation. But a lot of these shit should be completely slashed out and not be taken seriously because, again, they do not help the defense for the H3 Snark mods of why the fuck you did not commit contributory malicious copyright infringement. They're just, no, but look at this. But no, have you checked out this video by Shuanhead? Bro, have you watched the recent Rob's Media vid? Go watch all of Rob's vids. But like, yo, have you seen the fucking Holocaust Museum article? No, but you know what I do need to see? Why the fuck you did not commit this contributory malicious copyright infringement? Because again, shit like the mega thread post, when we were seeing shit like how they're again in cahoots with some of the Reddit admins, bro, trying to scrub their PIIs. I'm seeing shit like this, and you need to see, not see, they don't need to see shit again. Better yet, they about to be seeing this generational bankruptcy. But what you need to be showing is why the fuck you weren't again, alongside Denham's Casey Triner Frogan, assisting them by committing contributory malicious copyright infringement, which, again, they have not shown at all. Barely. And that is facts. Facts are facts. Let me stop playing. But seriously, though. Facts! These heads gonna keep playing the victim complex crybilly. Ain't nobody hearing that, John. If they didn't want to deal with this, John, if they truly feel like they put themselves on like their lives like at a halt, or like it's truly gonna mess up their lives for not only them but their families, like I said in this video, especially in the other Johns with Casey Tron, well, why would you put yourself or your family in this position? How about you just not be a fucking idiot, moronic, brainless snarker? How about if you do not like somebody and you want to criticize them, you just do that and let it be based off the truth. Real Johns. You know what I'm saying? Not just straight defamation, lies, slander because you want to push some stupid ass agenda because you want to suck another nigga's dick through a screen. Hassan!
Fuck it, I'm saying it.
Like, yo, I don't know what narrative, what agenda, what, again, stupid juice that nigga's giving out, but holy fuck, do a lot of you dumbasses gotta hop off that shit. Stop drinking that shit. Like, I don't, bro. Especially, again, these fucking motherfuckers, because, again, snarkers, they are the biggest G-boys possible. Straight. Ever. But we already knew that. At the end of the day, though, you already know. Any more updates going on, of course, with the H3 Snark mods and their contributory malicious copyright infringement lawsuit and them being subpoenaed, we're, of course, going to be checking that out whenever Lust posts some new vids. So, you already know. Other than that, shout out to the love of Lust once more, and I'm finna be catching y'all on the flip, baby. Peace.
Thank you.